All right. So we're gonna have a little quick one on what should you carry: Glock style semi-auto or revolver style uh, style. So I think right now, what's the Glock style is way more popular in terms of carry. And I used to be a fan of these styles too because, when you look at everything on paper, right, you have polymer, the magazine, okay, so you can get, double stack. Look at this, 14 as opposed to 6. And then, of course, hot swapping out magazines so you don't have to, uh, you know, reloading is way faster if you have your magazines, right? Uh, Now, of course, in terms of reliability, I feel like, whatever, the jams are really not too much of an issue with the higher end semi-autos, even though these are semi-auto revolver style, but uh, but they do happen, right? Jams will happen on these. Now, the other thing to kind of think about is, for me, magazine, there's what is in here is a spring, okay? Now, concealed carry, you might carry for 5 years, 6 years before you ever actually draw your weapon and use it, okay? You might never draw it and use it, okay? So the whole idea behind a concealed carry is the gun has to be ready to go when you need it, okay, right? It's got to be ready to go when you need it. And you can't be fucking around with anything, okay? So right here, this gun, it's unchambered, right? There's no bullet in it. Now, if you're going to carry, right? Now, I just put a magazine. Now we're hot, okay? I don't know how anybody feels about this. This is racked and ready to go. We're a trigger pull away, boys. Trigger pull away, right? So now I got to take this hot thing with just trigger pull, and I got to put it onto my body, right? I can throw the safety on. Okay, yeah, but what about when somebody comes and I have to pull? I gotta fuck with a safety? Okay? And the other issue with that is these springs fail, right? So especially if you're carrying your magazine completely full of bullets, the spring is going to be under tension, constant tension. And when a spring is under constant tension, it will destroy the metal. And I've seen big springs on them big donkey dicks ones bust. I've seen these bust too, right? So, whereas on the other hand, with the revolver, there is no magazine. There's nothing to fail, okay? So when you, rack this baby up, boom, 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 you're firing. The other thing is having it loaded, okay? There's no bullets in this, but loaded against my body with the hammer, I feel great, right? I have no issues mentally carrying this loaded gun up against my body because I know that the only way it's going to fire is not with an easy trigger pull, right? Like that's not enough. This thing could drop. It's not going to do it. Look at that, bro. That was that was barely anything, man. Barely anything. A good drop could get this to go off. Okay, so I think in terms of, and again, you can hold this can have a bullet in here for 50 years. It's still going to be the same action as long as your striker is there and your bullet is fine. And then in the other terms, when you really get down to it, if you're in some kind of situation where you're going to be like firing and to the point where you need to reload, right? Like, it's much easier to just get a bullet into this gun. Right? Like, let's say you fucking fired or whatnot, you could dump them out, get one in there, and then shoot again if you need to be. To get one bullet in is you have to have the magazine, right? I think magazine weapons are meant for like war and where you're going to be constantly shooting and swapping. Like soldiers are not going to wait not going to wait a year to 2 years to 5 years to pull their weapon in self-defense. They're going to be using their weapons daily, weekly, right? So they don't really have to worry about these kind of failure things. So for the common person, your average person, your everyday person, what should you carry? Again, this is possibly a little bigger for what you should. I'm sure you can use this number. I like the 4-inch. It's not crazy bad to carry. in terms of like, it's not much bigger than this, especially if you have some kind of side holster like that. But in terms of reliability, ready to be pulled and used, safety, in just kind of every capacity of personal carry, I think the revolver is better than the Glock style. That's just my opinions, I guess. Let me know.